So this is Bleacher Report, bold predictions for this offseason. Trade winds swirl around Ingram and Hero. They're not explicitly predicting that Ingram or Hero get traded, but they do believe that they will at least be in the trade rumors. Where are the Pelicans trying to go, and how do they get there fast enough to keep Zion happy? It might take a major swing to turn this around. That's how Brandon Ingram could get caught up in the rumblings. Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal. Yeah, the New Orleans thing, it is pretty wild. Like, would Zion really be the first guy to take the qualifying offer? That's what it is, right? I mean, he'd be putting a lot of money on the table, and you still have to bet that he doesn't. And if the Pelicans really believe that's possible, would they dangle Brandon Ingram out there in some sort of a trade? I know it's insane to believe, and my gut is no, but with the way the NBA is nowadays, I mean, you don't know. Like at least one star that we didn't see coming changes teams every offseason, it seems like. As for Tyler Hero, my gut on this one would be no, just because of the Lowry move. I feel like they've already gone in enough to where they're comfortable with holding on to Hero, but I guess if they wanted to double down even more, they could. I don't know if there's another contract that you would pair up with Hero as I keep moving my mouse around. And now we start from the top. Spurs will part with a backcourt building block, so either DeJounte or Derek White. There was that, I don't even know if it was really a rumor, but someone said that they thought DeJounte was actually attainable. To be honest, the more that I think about the Spurs and their situation, I mean, I am a bit like, could they have gotten more for DeRozan if they decided to trade him during the season? I don't know, but it seems like they're embracing a rebuild as opposed to trying to get as many extra wins as possible, so that's cool. At the same time, I don't know if that's super effective if you're not going to end up with the top pick or something, so we'll see. But I think for one season, the Spurs are, I guess, doing their version of tanking. But as far as either one of these dudes being traded, I would say no on DeJounte and maybe on Derek White if the Spurs could get a little younger, or maybe somebody would throw a first-round pick at them or something. Lauri Markkanen will land second highest remaining salary with OKC. What does second highest remaining salary mean? I have no idea what that means. With OKC, now that I do understand. I mean, if it was going to be a sign and trade, what does OKC have that the Bulls would want back? If it was just going to be them offering him money, because I'm sure they've got cap space, then I have to assume the Bulls would not match a whole lot for Markkanen. I mean, if he bought into being a backup for like $10 million a season, maybe they'd match. So maybe OKC would have to go a little higher than that. But, you know, as far as Markkanen with the Thunder, I think it makes sense. It's the type of guy that OKC should go for, you know, a young player who another team just doesn't love. You know, I think they could be a team for Marvin Bagley for the same exact reason. I do appreciate this. The offensive upside of a Markkanen-Pokusevski frontcourt would give opposing coaches nightmares. I'm not sure if that's true, but I appreciate that this sentence exists. Kevin Love gets bought out. Yeah, it seems like nowadays teams are willing to buy a guy out with 2 years left on his deal or whatever Kevin Love's got left, with the idea of the contract is basically unaltered because they don't stretch it, but at least the guy isn't there anymore. Because that's the only way. Like, no one's trading for Kevin Love's contract. At least right now. Maybe someone would trade for him when he has 1 year left. And finally, Pascal Siakam will be the biggest name traded. I don't think it's a coincidence that they picked a Ben Simmons picture. The Toronto Raptors should be ready to reset, if not outright rebuild, now that Kyle Lowry is out of the picture. And I think they're suggesting Ben Simmons, you know, while Simmons is a tricky fit, Siakam would work about anywhere. So they're suggesting a Siakam for Ben Simmons move, basically. Yeah, I think for the Raptors, if you're going to say the Raptors should rebuild, which, I mean, they're not saying they explicitly have to, but they're suggesting it nonetheless. I don't think it should be like a trade Siakam for a bunch of BS type of trade, but when you start thinking about potential moves, Ben Simmons is like the only potential like guy who's really good and younger, so the Raptors could reset their window but not have a massive talent downgrade. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's smart to trade Siakam for the sake of doing it. especially because, like they've got Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent is still young, OG is young. As far as the Scotty Barnes pick, that one freaked a lot of people out. Everybody thought they were going Jalen Suggs.